What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Malcolm Tibbs. I spent 25 years getting inconsistent results in my love life, and now not only do I have a fulfilling relationship, I also have the ability to go out and have half a dozen dates lined up within a week. Now, I want to try to use this video to break down into the simplest terms possible what you need to do to go from where I was at, where I was getting no play and I was lonely and I felt like something was wrong with me, to where I'm at now, where I have a girlfriend, and if I wanted to, I could go on 5 or 6 dates next week and it'd be no problem. It's my personal belief that in 2026, the best way for you as a man to get dates is using dating apps. All right. Now, there's two problems with online dating. One, you need to be attractive. There's just no way around that. Fortunately, there is a lot that you can do to become attractive, and this shouldn't be holding anybody back from becoming a successful dater. Now, two, you need to have basic social skills. All right. If you don't know how to text a woman, if you don't know how to go on a date and flirt and banter, you're going to have a hard time getting those matches into dates and getting those dates back to your house and even turning those girls into girlfriends. Okay. So the very first thing when it comes to dating apps is you need to be attractive. All right. Now, in order to be attractive, let's just take any human, any culture, any race, any height, right? And if we drop them down to about 12, 13% body fat, most people would agree that they look attractive. Like, humans, we're wired, at least when it comes to sexual selection, to see people of low body fat percentage as attractive because that signals high fitness. All right. And that's what we're looking for when we're looking for partners. All right. High fitness. Who would be a good person to have a child with? Okay. So if you can drop your body fat percentage, now 12 to 13% is pretty extreme. I'm at about probably 19% body fat right now. All right. You don't need to get super low, but dropping your body fat percentage, absolutely, no question about it, it's going to make you more attractive. Now, what's going to help is at the same time that you're dropping your body fat percentage, you also build muscle. You're going to be perceived as more attractive. All right. This in the discussion, women find muscles attractive the same way that men find boobs attractive. Like, that's just how it works. That's how we were wired by Mother Nature. All right. So go to the gym. Like, that's the very first step that I would tell you. Go to the gym, start training for muscle mass, and at the same time, start eating better to drop that body fat percentage. Now, the second thing that you can do, and these aren't things that you can do like little hacks. These are things that you have to do to be attractive, okay? You need to groom yourself, all right? That means getting your hair cut. Go to the barbershop or go to a stylist, whichever works better for you, but have your hair cut and have it done so regularly. And then also wear clothes that make you look good, all right? Depending on your culture, your clothes might be a little bit different, right? If you're here in America, almost universally wearing a suit, not even necessarily a tie, but like just a nice coat and dress pants and some dress shoes, you're going to be seen as more attractive, right? That's just how it is in our culture, right? There are certain ways of presenting yourself which will look more attractive than others. If we were to take one man who's in a business suit and he's holding like a cup of coffee, and we take another man and he's in pajamas and like a tank top and he's holding like an alcohol bottle, right? Which one do you think is going to be perceived as more attractive? It doesn't even matter if these are two different men. Like, these can be the same men, but just the dress, like how he is dressed up, contributes heavily to how he's perceived, especially when it comes to how attractive he is. Okay. Now, the third thing, right? We already have just taking care of your body better, also presenting yourself better. The third thing is going to be your body language. All right. You need to have good, when people say like he has like a lot of aura or he's like aura farming, they're literally just talking about body language. Okay. And if you can convey that you have high status with your body language, which is generally going to mean just having slower movements, being more precise about your movements, not fidgeting so much, being able to hold eye contact, especially while you talk, right? those things are going to convey high status. All right. And if you can put all of those three things together, right? So low body fat percentage at the same time of having muscles, dressing nicely and having good, like a good haircut, right? And then also good body language. That's the recipe for a good picture, right? The background and where you are, that also plays a role, but those things are much less important than who you actually are and how you are presenting yourself, all right? So that's step one, how to be attractive. And that is something that everybody has the ability to do something about, all right? There should be no excuses about I'm too short, or girls, you know, they don't like guys who look like me because of my skin color, or I'm balding. Like, that does not matter as much as, is your body fat percentage low? Do you have muscles? Are you groomed? Do you look like you groom yourself, right? And is your body language of high status, right? Those things are much more important than the color of your skin or, you know, how tall you are or anything else like that, right? In my peak, when I got some good pictures set up, there's one in particular, I might be able to put it on the video, but there's one picture that I added to my dating profile, and like almost overnight, I went from like 15 or so likes every week to like 35 likes every week, all right? And that's, I mean, it's game changing, right? Now, here's the thing when it comes to online dating. You're going to lose about like 70 to 80% of those matches. And that number is going to get better as you get better at your social skills, as you get better at texting and being able to escalate without losing interest. But you should expect to lose about 80% of those women who you match with. You should expect for them to eventually, the conversation is going to die down and you guys are never going to meet each other. But still, if you're pulling in 20 likes every week, I'm talking like attractive women, and 20% of them are still interested in you and you're able to get that date, that's going to turn into 4 dates. Okay? So the problem is going to be your ability to get those likes. Like, that's the very first problem, getting the likes. Once you have the good dating profile, it's no problem at all. And like, mine's is mediocre, right? I'm getting 35 likes a week over, you know, in a week, right? Some guys are getting like 100 likes every week, right? So there's like, they're really swimming in it. But fortunately, you don't need that. You don't need that many likes to get one girlfriend, right? And it may just mean that you have to do dating apps for a couple more weeks before you find the one who works for you, all right? Now, the second thing is going to be social skills, right? So that's going to be that number, that percentage I gave you of like 80% of the girls falling off, right? Your social skills is going to determine how many of these girls are going to fall off. How easy are you going to be able to get these girls off of the app and onto a date, right? And then from there to get them from a date back to your condo or your house, right? And then from there to turn this friend with a benefit into like an actual girlfriend or like a loving, satisfying relationship, right? All of that is going to be social skills. And the best part about that, you're going to get better at them over time, just through repetition, okay? Now, there are obviously things that you can do that just work compared to things that don't work. But rather than going into all the nitty gritty and it be almost impossible, because what is going to work for me is going to be different from somebody who's 6'3" and white. And that's going to be different from somebody who is Indian and 5'5" and bald, right? You're going to figure out what works best for you. And that is a process of repetition, okay? You need to treat every conversation like it is an experiment almost, right? You're testing to see what you can get away with. You're testing to see where the line is. You're testing to see, is this kind of an opener going to work better than this opener? Maybe I should try to, you know, tease her like this, or ooh, maybe girls who look like this, they don't seem to like being teased like that. Maybe I should try teasing them like this. All of that is going to become intuitive, the same way that riding a bike is, simply through repetition, right? So hopefully you guys got something good out of this. My name is Malcolm Tibbs. If you want to land your first date in the next 30 days, click the link in the description below. The link is going to take you to an online community filled with other single men who are focused on improving their dating skills. It's completely free. You can swap notes, get feedback, and maybe even find a wingman in your area. Inside, you're going to find a 30-day challenge. It's going to go over all the steps you need to take in order to land your first date. Besides that, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this with a friend. My name is Malcolm Tibbs, and I'll see you guys in the next one.